Chops here with Mike Tyrell, the president of ASA Archery. We're going to talk a little bit about the recent growth that they've had and how we're dealing with it, and how I think it's fantastic. We've got record crowds at almost every shoot this year for the location, and we hit a new all-time record in Kentucky at the last one. I believe it was 1,925 registered shooters.
Right.
So Mike, let's talk a little bit about how you're dealing with it, how you're getting everyone accommodated. I think it goes very smoothly for how many people are here. It's safe, it's fun. What are you guys doing?
Well, keeping it safe and fun is the most important things we have to keep doing to make sure people still keep coming. Several things. In the last 10 years, we've made several major changes with our formats. We've introduced known distance shooting. We've made a big push on making sure, like the beginning class, introductory classes, have ranges that are accessible to them. They're fun. They're easy to shoot. With known distance, they don't have to come back and explain why they lost 5 arrows to their wives.
Sure.
And then their wives are out there shooting now too, and they don't have to explain to their husbands why they lost 5 arrows. So that whole combination of instilling an opportunity for people to learn how to shoot and play the game is a whole new dynamic for 3D archery, particularly in our form of 3D archery. I think that's one part of it. The second part of it is that we've been able to cultivate and develop some really excellent sites for our events. We have some consistency there with our sites and our delivery and our presentation. We're up to now putting out, on Monday of the event week, typically we'll have a semi pull up with over 300 targets in it. That's a lot of targets. It's a lot of foam to be thrown around. But we're trying to set it up in such a way that we can provide these different venues for people to shoot in and enjoy themselves. We've got tremendous sponsor support. We have a great staff of people. And I think the most important thing that ASA does is we stay committed to the safe and fun.
Sure, absolutely. I do know that although there are occasionally days where I'm not the happiest with how the course is laid out, that may actually be my shortcomings. I think they really do a good job to be able to have a course that's challenging for everyone, where it doesn't turn into an outdoor spot shoot, but yet at the same time it's something that, like you say, is very accessible to all skill levels and ability levels, and I think that's important in having them step up correctly. And then touching on the known distance, I myself did make a switch recently to known this weekend, and I really enjoyed it. I think it's fun. It was a lot more relaxing for me because I am not one that's great at judging, but I know a lot of guys really like that and they feel like that's a part of it as well. I think that's one of the great things about this is you have the choice. Whatever level you're at, whatever ability in judging or not, in shooting or not, whatever age groups, you can do it. One of the things we spoke about too a little bit before we started this interview was the team shoot, how much that's expanded with differences. Let's talk about that for just a minute.
Undoubtedly. I mean, the team shoots on Fridays have always been an opportunity for the pros and the amateurs to get together and shoot, and we've refined that thing and worked with that format. It used to be a 20 target event. It was a slog, and by the time we got to the hard months of the year, the pros would stop wanting to shoot it because it was just too much.
Sure.
We cut it back to 10 targets. We cut back the fees a little bit. We kept the money up there for people. We had one this weekend. We had 720 people competing on Friday. We paid back over $10,000 just in that one little format event.
Sure.
And the way we've done that is to make sure that we keep moving around and putting people with different groups of pros. We put all the women pros with all the women shooters, all the senior pros, all the senior shooters, all the known distance guys together. So that everybody has, but then the next time we'll do something a little bit different. So there's not this one, like we're all going to do this one thing and you're going to see the same guys every time. We're going to kind of shake that up. But it's a tremendous opportunity for people to really spend a good couple quality hours with a pro. Typically, they're going to be in a range with 9 other pros, and they're all going to be talking to each other and convincing and having fun. And it's a whole different kind of format. And what they do is they'll shoot, if you have 6 guys on a team, you'll shoot all 6 arrows. You only score 5 of them. So if you have a bad target, you're not going to drag the team down too far. So you have enough competition that it makes it that you're trying to focus, you're trying to do well, but at the same time, it doesn't have that same grind that you would have on a 20 target competition round. And then everybody comes off of that, and they make great friendships out of it.
Absolutely.
So,
I know our camera guy Mike, I've mentioned this before in videos during shoot down coverage and stuff. Mike was my semi-pro in my first event, which was here in Metropolis three years ago. And I feel that doing that team shoot was one of the greatest ideas for me because not only did I get to ask all the questions that I had, well, how do you stand next to a stake, and how do you judge this, and how do you do that? But I was also able to meet people like Mike and like some of the other pros that were out there and see other shooters and other styles and other equipment and see that everybody's doing the same thing, even if we all do it a little bit differently, but that everybody's out there having fun. And it really put me at ease. And I know I brought some friends, 2 guys to this event whereas their first time, I know they had a great time on the team shoot as well. Where it's the same thing, where it's challenging, but yet it's fun, and they're able to meet some cool shooters and do some fun stuff with it. So I really think it is a great thing to get people introduced to it before you have to go shoot your scoring round.
Yeah.
You can kind of get your foot in the water, and so I really
a lot
like
of guys
that.
use it as part of their practice rounds. Same thing goes with like the limb saver known distance event, which is like a mini tournament within a tournament. I laughingly told the people at Limb Saver one time, you guys do know you have the second largest archery tour in America. And the guy says, what do you mean? I said, we average about 700 competitors every ASA shooting the limb saver, which means about 5,000 people a year are shooting the limb saver. There's 10,000 people shooting mine, 5,000 people shooting yours. You're in second place, but you're trying.
That's fine. I know a lot of our friends too do like to do the limb saver, especially some of the known distance guys from our group really enjoy doing that, because it's something where you can still use the rangefinder and shoot the same format. And again, you have the opportunity to get a payout. So